Hey kids, what time is it?
Hey, it's Edson with GeekTime TV. So here we go again with Disney and their tactics whenever inevitably they put out a movie or in anticipation of a movie or a show that they know is going to be crappy, that they know the fans are not going to like. So what they do is they preemptively attack fans as racist, as if to say, well, anybody that criticizes our show is obviously racist, which they're wrong. The show is just crappy. So this is actually about the Acolyte, and this actually was back in a few weeks ago, before the show even came out. They already saw that it wasn't going to be viewed by many people as a good show, and they're going to get attacked by, criticized. And next thing you know, what they do is they preemptively strike on the fans and call them racist, just to take away the attention, the fact that their show is crappy. The Acolyte, woke Star Wars attack on fans begin. Kathleen Kennedy and Leslye Headland are already blaming fans along with the Hollywood trades. Surprised? No, not surprised. They've done this many times before. The first one, the more prominent one that comes to mind, was when the Obi-Wan Kenobi show came out, which I was looking forward to so much, a show that centered around one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, and they absolutely ruined it. And back then it was like people were just criticizing about the story, and so Disney just comes out and starts ranting and raving about the supposedly racist attacks on the actress who played that character. I believe was the character named Reva, something like that. A terribly written character. There was nothing against the actress herself. I don't think anybody had anything against the actress herself, but the character was written terribly. The whole story was written terribly, and so they have to try to point at, oh, racist, 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 so that they could try to put that criticism, so that people don't realize that the criticism is legitimate. So how many times have we seen this before? When a project is about to fail or has failed, the woke Hollywood blame the fans. Well, this is exactly what's happening again with Star Wars and the new Disney Plus series, The Acolyte, which likely will be another massive bomb at the cost of nearly $200 million from Kathleen Kennedy and Leslye Headland. A mere week before the show debuts, the studio and the trades are already blaming fans in interviews and articles. Of course they are, because they got nothing to stand on. The New York Times posted an article and interview with Leslye Headland, which also includes quotes from Kathleen Kennedy, titled "Leslye Headland Hopes the Force is with the Acolyte." Variety followed up with their own article using quotes from the New York Times titled "Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy says a lot of women in Star Wars struggle with fan attacks because of their fan base being so male dominated." No, they do not. Star Wars fans do not attack people because they're women. We love all the women in Star Wars. There's been plenty of women in Star Wars. Obviously, the firstborn I'm going to bring is Princess Leia. No one ever criticized the character or the actress who played her. We don't criticize people just for being women. We criticize when characters are and the stories are written so badly. The New York Times article confirms the Acolyte series is woke as, well, not going to, okay. That's being really harsh, and I could use a different word there, but it fits. As Leslye Headland completely injects herself into Star Wars, and Kathleen Kennedy confirms it's all about diversity and not quality story. Exactly. When you sacrifice the story and well-written characters just so that you could put diversity ahead of everything, then obviously we're going to criticize. My belief is that storytelling does not need to be representative of all people, Kathleen told the outlet. That's an easy decision for me. Okay, well, how has that worked out? Under Kennedy, there has been at least a half dozen canceled projects, and ratings on Disney Plus are in the gutter. Disney CEO Bob Iger has confirmed Disney is pulling back on Star Wars and Marvel. You don't pull back on something that's successful. Exactly. Kathleen Kennedy's time as Lucasfilm president has long been overdue, and she could be fired as she's lost Disney arguably billions of dollars, which includes Indiana Jones, Willow, fans unsubscribing from Disney Plus, and the loss of Star Wars movie and merchandise revenue. So yes, they preemptively attacked fans because they knew their show was shit. Look, I personally don't have anything against the stars that are in this, the actresses, the actors and actresses are in this because I have nothing against them. It's the actual how the show was written. So, like I said, this came out before the show began. I just did a review on episode 4, and more recently, the lead actress here, Amanda Steinberg, responds to critics with the original Juneteenth song, writes off unhappy Star Wars fans as silly. So that's her ploy. That's her ploy, and she gets into it now, calling fans racist just because they give an honest criticism that they don't like the show. And admittedly, one of the more unique ways of responding to one's critics seen in recent memory, the Acolyte lead Amanda Steinberg has authored an original song in order to express her discontent with Star Wars fans who are unhappy with the series' direction. Titled Discourse, the track was released by the actress via her personal Instagram on June 19th, otherwise known as Juneteenth, and was penned, as explained by Stein herself, as a clapback to her supposedly racist critics. Of course, everything's got to be about racism whenever someone has a valid criticism against her. I am not going to go and look at the lyrics of the song. They're crap. Just suffice it to say that, of course, she's got to do some kind of song with criticizing fans and calling them all sorts of names and because just so that you could take attention away that the show is really crap. Look, I have nothing against this actress or any of the actors in the show. I don't have anything against the characters that she plays, Osha and May. I just think the show so far, after episode 4, is very uneven. There's a lot of contradictions in it. There's a lot of ways in which characters are, through their dialogue and actions, are just displaying stupidity, I guess. There's a lot of things that are kind of just left up in the air that don't make sense. And that's basically the writing of the show. That's not anything I have against the fans. But no, they always got to take even the most legitimate criticism, and instead of taking that into consideration and be appreciative that fans actually take the time to want something good, instead of taking that, going back to the drawing board and making a good show, nope, their ploy is to just attack racism, and that's all that they think criticism is. And it's obviously shown in how the crappy ratings, how Disney Plus is losing, has not made it a penny for Disney, their Disney Plus streaming app, and that's just the way it is. As long as they're going to keep doing that, putting out crappy shows and making excuses about so-called racist fans, they're not. It's never going to get better. So that's it for me. Wishing Star Wars was in a better place, but not having any hope for that. And thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.